Well, how's everybody doing today? Good, I hope. It's Saturday, August the 22nd. I think it is Lance. I think. Yes, it is
Hey, Paul.
Lance.
Hey, Paul. How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing, Lance? You getting that phone figured out?
I am. I am. I've got it hooked up to my hearing aid right now, and I'm driving. I've got to go gas my wife's car up, so I'm going to go do that. Then I'll come back and take my walk. Yeah, my wife made it home okay, and glad to be home. Glad to sleep in her own bed. It's all good. And it was a good.
We got thunder and lightning here and heavy rain.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I, yeah. So I am now headed there. You fly any ships yet?
Yeah, I just came back from flying a ship. It'd be the second ship today.
Good for you.
I got one right at dawn, one right afterwards, just before this storm came.
Yeah, it's pretty cloudy here in beautiful Pacific Northwest right now. It's going to be a cloudy day, I think. A couple of walkers out early. What is it? About
Well,
6:15
if it
yet?
were sunny every day, you'd want to have a little bit of rain and clouds.
Yeah, you'd think you were living in Florida, right?
Yes.
Good morning, chat. Whoever's here, Brenda, Logan,
Logan
Logan,
said he just got
Logan.
dumped on too by the storms.
Okay. Where's Logan live again?
He's west of me.
Okay. In Michigan?
Yeah, I think he's in Michigan. Aren't you in Michigan, Logan? Southwest Michigan.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, Battle Creek area.
We have a Battle Creek in Washington.
Well, this Battle Creek is famous for where Kellogg's is their home base.
Ours is General Mills.
Kellogg's of Battle Creek.
It is dark. Can't believe how dark it is right now. But it's only going to get darker as it gets closer to the 20th of December. Isn't that weird how it happens every year like that? Uh, you know, I don't know if I want to change to where the time's the same all year round. I don't. It doesn't bother me that much. But even if we stuck to one time, I'm not sure which time I would want to stick to. You know.
Yeah, you don't know whether to pick daylight savings time 24 hours a day,
Yeah. Yeah.
or
It's,
or do you want to go with regular standard time?
yeah. I don't know. People. It's weird. My daughter's roommates live in California, and some of them live closer to San Diego than, of course, my daughter does, but than each other. So some of them live Sacramento, some of them live between Sacramento and San Diego, and they are shocked at how light it is at 9:30 at night up here. When my daughter will send them a picture like at 9:30 at night, and they're like, it's dark at 7 o'clock, almost year round in San Diego. Not quite, but you know, it doesn't vary very much. And they're like, really, it's light at 9:30 at night. How's that? And same thing in Hawaii. Hawaii varies like 1 hour year round. It's either dark at 6 or it's dark at 7, or it might be 7 and 8. I forget which, but it's weird that the closer you get to the equator, then that doesn't change much. That would drive me crazy. I think I like lighter at night. I think. Although I like, which means it would be darker in the morning. Is that, yeah, that's how that would work. And especially when I was working, I liked it dark in the morning so I could fly, in the morning on the way to work and do some hyperlapse in the dark, which was kind of my interest.
Yeah.
But but I don't know. I don't know which one I want to change to. And ours is past we passed that 10 years ago, but it's never gone to the next step of, okay, well, we're going to okay it. But the next level of the government. So I don't know. I think I'm okay with switching. I've done it all my life, right? I've never lived in Arizona, and I've never lived in Hawaii. Where else does that happen? Is it Indiana? Just those two states, Arizona, Hawaii.
Hey, Jim, good morning.
Morning, Jim. Whiskey Niner.
Logan's here too. Yeah.
Logan. I don't see the chat. Let's see. Is Brenda here? Is JD here?
No, Brenda's not here. I
JD make it this morning?
haven't seen JD yet.
Okay. Bottom. And no Justin yet, huh? He must still be on the bus.
No, today's Saturday.
Jeez, I'm retired, Paul. I don't even know what day of the week it is. But you're right, it is Saturday every day.
Every day for you is Saturday.
You know, and I think I've already said this, but usually in the summertime, even though because I would go back to work in September, I would still know what day of the week it was, except for this summer. This summer, I could care less what day of the week it is. I don't know why, but I don't know it's a Tuesday, or I just don't even think about it. And I don't know why I thought about it every summer, what day of the week it was. Maybe I was counting down the days on how many days I had to go back to work. I don't know. But this has been a weird summer as far as that's concerned. Just knowing what day of the week it is, which doesn't really matter in the summertime. Even to me, it shouldn't matter, but it did. And now I really have lost that sense of what day of the week it is. But I know when it's Friday, Paul. I know when it's Friday.
It's because pizza day.
There you go, brother.
Well, what about Taco Tuesday? How's that going?
Oh, see, on Taco Tuesday, my wife has got to worry about that. I don't, she's the cook. I've got this Scorpion Tabasco that is fantastic. I've gotten used to it, so I'm putting more drops on my food. Are you a spicy guy?
No, not at all.
So I started with like 3 drops on my, whatever, on my piece of pizza. Now I almost I don't use it as fluid as I do Tabasco, regular Tabasco. Regular Tabasco, I can just pour it on. But this Scorpion, I put 15 drops on now instead.
Here comes
that
Justin
Justin?
now.
We've been talking about that loser all morning. Good morning. About time you got up.
I've been up since like 7:30. I was watching something.
Cartoons?
Yeah, I was just watching some videos on YouTube.
Do you remember cartoons on Saturday morning? Whatever happened to that, huh?
Oh yeah, who
I
doesn't?
loved cartoons as a kid. Now they
They're
don't even
probably
show it.
still on. It's just not as prevalent anymore.
Well, you got several different channels you can find cartoons on now.
Yeah, like the Disney Channel
Used to
or
be just the major
cartoon.
channels,
Yeah,
Rogan, Jim, JD.
Oh,
Hey,
JD is
JD.
here. Morning, Logan. You forgot to say that, Justin, so I thought I would.
Logan.
Yeah.
Well, you had a nice turnout last night, Justin.
Oh yeah, fun conversations about video games.
Yeah.
What kind of video games?
Oh, we were just talking about like open source, like different like game engines and stuff you can download and stuff like that. Talking about history of games. It was just kind of an all around conversation. On game emulators and stuff like that.
Put you in my pocket here for a minute.
We're getting that rainstorm that you had yesterday, Justin.
I think that's all cleared up. Let's see if there's anything on the radar for today.
Sounds like you're stuffy, Justin.
I'm still kind of waking up, even though I've been up for a little bit.
7:30. Let's see, 6:30, 5:30, 4:30 my time. I got up about 4:15 this morning, which is late for me.
I've been up for a while. I just feel like I still just got out of bed there.
Justin, are you still having to take those meds?
I stopped taking those last week.
Is that why you're not showing your video?
I was on camera last night.
Oh yeah, that's right. It broke it halfway through. I remember someone saying that.
Justin, what would you do if you didn't have him here to bug you?
I'd probably live a better life.
Jim said good morning to you, Justin.
Good morning to him.
Don't say good morning to me, Jim.
Speaking of
Yeah.
emulators, I need to download some on this Pi I got. At the moment, it's just a mini PC with Windows on it. JD. Showing Dan and Sean last night that print you were doing, JD. Sean really liked it. I don't think I have a memory card in this, do I? No, I don't. I gotta get one. Fucking memory cards are so expensive right now, too.
They are. You think they'll ever go down? My gosh, it's usually when
Probably not anytime soon. But eventually, yeah, they'll go down eventually, but not anytime soon.
yeah, they're I can't believe how expensive those are. You used to be able to get about a 128 for $17.
I know that we
Never-
were looking at the prices last night, dude. A fucking 1 terabyte's like $100 and some dollars now.
Yeah, and I bet a 128's about 36 now. 36 bucks. I haven't looked lately.
Yeah, they're getting outrageously expensive. They wanted 230 something for a 1.5 terabyte. It was like 100, or it was, no, I think it was like $260 or something. Like the Amazon Basic 1 terabyte was $189 for Amazon Basic card.
Wow.
That's not even the best. Like that's kind of just an average shitty SD card.
50 people worldwide. Many of them attacked
And how much?
They wanted $189 somewhere in there. It was like 189, 198 somewhere in there.
For like an off-brand?
Yeah, that's Amazon Basic. If you go with SanDisk, they want almost $300.
And using the branches as a perfect vantage.
Yeah, I try to stay with SanDisk as much as I can. That Samsung's pretty good card as well.
Oh, if you go into SanDisk for Samsung, you're going to pay out the ass for it right now.
Yeah.
Kill more than 150 people worldwide, many of them attacked while bathing or using rivers and lakes. It waits near the water's edge, almost invisible. Here are 5 hunters that can attack without warning. Number 5, leopard. They are among the most agile big cats, capable of climbing trees with incredible speed.
What are you watching, Paul?
Alligators eating people.
climbing trees. Del Taco. Never been in one. A Del Taco.
Oh, Del Tacos are fucking awesome, dude.
Is it? I have never ever been in one. In fact,
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know
the original one was in the town I grew up in, dude.
Oh yeah.
And
So
it's
my go ahead.
I was gonna say, and luck, I was lucky enough that they actually put three of them within 45 minutes of my house here in Florida, and they're
Wow.
one of the only like three really. There's not very many on the East Coast, so very sparse.
Yeah.
And there's three of them within a 45-minute drive.
So my wife and daughter shared with me that California is about the ugliest state in the union, from about Redding down to south of LA. Dirt and dry and semi trucks hogging the road and everyone going 90 miles an hour. There's signs on the freeway that says if you go 100 miles, if you're caught going over 100 miles an hour, you lose your license.
Oh, they arrest you here in Florida for that now. They call it the super speeders law, and it went into
Yeah.
place like 6 or 8 months ago, and they've already arrested a couple thousand people for it. And it's not up to the officer; they have to arrest you and impound your vehicle. It's
Wow.
not a officer discretion. The state says that they have to arrest you,
Sure.
and if it's
So
100 miles an hour or 50 over the posted speed limit.
so Dre, just so you know, my girls hated East LA. You know, they took that freeway from Bakersfield to, and they stayed out of LA. They went probably around your neck of the woods. They said it's so dusty and windy and dry and
There's
hot.
California is a beautiful state if you take your time and see the scenery.
Oh yeah, Highway One's got to be beautiful. And you know, I mean, heck, San Diego, my gosh, what a place to live. Just can't afford to, but it's a beautiful city, and I'm sure there's others as well. You know, I loved San Francisco when I went down San Jose.
One state that's really nice to drive through is Utah, man. There's some nice scenery in Utah.
Oh yeah, for sure. You
I
know, the
went,
Red Rocks and the
yeah, we went up there
Zion.
quite a few times for vacation when I was a kid. Did some
Yeah,
hiking up there. It was really nice.
Utah's gorgeous. St. George. Loved we went down to Zion and stayed about 5 days and went into the park a couple, you know, all the days and just did some really cool hikes. My daughter was probably about 5 or 6.
Well, it's really how you feel about scenery, right? Because like somebody could drive to the mountains, and to them, that's the most beautiful scenery. And then there's people that drive to the desert and absolutely love it.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
it's all about your own personal preference. But the great thing about the United States is we're one of the, if not the only country that has damn near every type of scenery and weather there is in the world. Like you can experience all of it just by driving through the U.S.
Yes.
You can be in some extreme mountain ranges, and next thing you know, you're in the desert. And the next thing you know, you're in the plains of the Midwest, like Kansas and all that. Like there's just so much different scenery you can see if you take a road trip.
Talking about road trip and gas, they paid upwards of $6 a gallon. It is $4.89 right here at Costco as I stand in Seattle. $4.89.
Hey JD, how far you think you're into the print so far out of that 160 hours? Sorry, go ahead, Lance. Go ahead, Lance. I was trying to keep up with the chat.
Oh, no worries. What's he printing?
He's printing a Nintendo. It's like a Mario kind of Nintendo uh entertainment center that goes under your TV. Like this is a big print. It's massive.
Oh, wow. Yeah, something useful, not landfill.
Yeah, he's doing a hell of a project. Like it's not a small project by any means.
One color?
Oh no, it's a bunch of different colors. Imagine like a really brightly colored Nintendo themed entertainment center, all
Okay.
different colors.
Sure.
But it looks to be about. It probably is going to be like anywhere between 4 to 6 foot wide alone, and maybe 2 or 3 foot tall. So it's a bunch of pieces he has to put together.
Okay. I think you need to build another Space Needle.
Well, I'm going to see if I can find a different print for it. Somebody else did. I really looked, but I'm going to look and see because that one that I did before, that was a pain in the ass.
And how to break?
I dropped it. I was trying to run like fix my speaker and bring it around to the other side, and I knew it was in the way, and I was like, "Oh, let me move it." And then I was like, "No, I got this." And I fucking caught it with the cable, and it pulled it off the top of my desk, and it went straight to the floor. Fell about 4 or 5 feet,
Wow.
and it just broke
How
up
many,
into a
cu-
bunch
how
of
many
pieces.
cuss words? How many cuss words did you use?
I would say about half in the book. Nice. I can't wait to see the finished product, dude.
Yeah, Jim. Weather's here. The weather is here for sure.
Jack in the Box, man. Jack in the Box is crazy, bro. They have such a weird ass menu. You get tacos and fucking egg rolls and a hamburger all on the same fast food menu. I haven't had Jack in the Box in years, dude. Been at least 10. Oh no, it's been probably close to 15 years since I had Jack in the Box. I'm only doing $3. So either. Jack in the Box was always a good place to go to late at night if you were like, with your friends and you leaving the club or came from a party or something. It's a good place to get some greasy food in the middle of the night. Shit, in my town, that was the only place open after fucking 10. Where I grew up.
Something to munch on after the dance floor.
Yep.
Well, how was your second week of work?
I went all right. Nothing crazy. Typical week, I guess.
You're probably an old timer in that bus barn now.
Not really. There's
They
only a
probably
couple
call you.
people, and there's only like 2 people I know of that are younger than me. Everybody else is older than me.
Well,
By
I think
like a
I think
significant
he
margin.
was calling you an old timer, Justin, meant that you'd been there the longest.
No, there's tons of people have been there longer than me, but I only know of 2 people younger than me. Everybody else is significantly older than me by at least 15, 20 years.
They probably call you Norm when you walk in the break room, don't they?
We have a driver's break room that nobody ever goes to. There's a driver and attendant break room, but everybody goes home for their lunches. Nobody stays and hangs out at the bus yard. So
And can
nobody
you
ever
smoke on
uses it.
campus?
In the bus yard, they don't really give a shit. It says you can't, but they don't ever say anything.
So you see cigarette butts all over the ground.
Actually, a lot more people vape than smoke actual cigarettes anymore. So
That's right. That's right. You're, you know,
they,
that's a
like I
good
said,
point.
they don't really say anything though. Even at the schools, as long as you're standing out on the sidewalk next to the school, they don't give a shit.
Really, they would frown on that up here. You'd have to be off the premises.
Well, technically, the sidewalk is not school property. That's
Gotcha.
public property. So they, even though there is technically a law that says you're not supposed to smoke within so many feet, most of the schools are surrounded by houses, so they don't care really, as long as you're not standing on school property.
You know, it was
Now,
weird when I was in high school. They had a smoker's corner on campus, covered. It was a covered, you know, probably a 40 by 40-foot area where the kids could go smoke, and yet smoking was not allowed on campus. But they let them do that. I'm sure that keep them from skipping or keep them from taking off, getting hurt.
at our school, you were definitely not allowed to smoke as a student, but the teachers did. They would smoke in they were still smoking in the break room all the way up till I was in high school.
Oh yeah, up until in fact up until probably 1988, from 83 to 88 when I worked, the the smokers would smoke in the staff lounge, and I never went in the staff lounge because of that, because it was so gross smelling for me. I just didn't like that. But at I think it was 87, they said no more smoking on campus. So those smokers had to go stand, you know, across the street and smoke during their break, during their plan period. But
Well, I
yeah,
remember going into the
and now,
teachers' lounge in elementary and middle school, like when you were helping the teacher do stuff, and there was always
yep,
cigarette ashtrays in there. But I want to say
yes,
around
yes.
high school is when our school district got really strict on it, and like even teachers weren't allowed to smoke. A lot of them would go out to their cars, or they would drive off campus to like the nearest gas station or something. They were taking a break.
You know, what was the biggest thing to make in wood shop and in pottery? Ashtrays, right? For your parents.
Oh yeah, smoking's
You'd
just
bring it
not as
home
prevalent these days.
all, all proud and all, and this ashtray that you made out of clay, gave it to your mom, and she was like, "Oh, thank you, Lance." Like, geez.
And even a lot of the older drivers, that were cigarette smokers for years, do most of the ones I know, they all vape. Yeah. They even quit
Yeah,
smoking cigarettes. One, it's more convenient because you can vape in somebody's house that doesn't like cigarettes, and they'll never even know you were vaping in their house. Like you could be in the,
yeah,
come into their house and stay in their spare room. I could sit in there and vape all night and you wouldn't realize it. You might smell
yeah.
a sweet smell coming out of the room, but it ain't gonna bother you. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not like cigarette smoke.
My fifth period smelled like a hooky lounge. You know, it was the class after lunch where all the kids would vape at lunchtime, and they'd come in and it would smell so sweet. You know, it's like, geez, all
It's like the people I'll see. What's really funny is I'll see people like you that don't ever really smoked or anything,
yeah,
and they're really bothered by cigarettes, and you'll be next to them with the vape, and they'll start pretending to cough. I'm like, bullshit, get out of here. It's water vapor. You're not even sucking it in and coughing. But they'll
uh,
just naturally go to like they're choking on cigarette smoke. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I could blow it right in your face and you're not going to choke on it like you would cigarette smoke.
you know, Justin, Italy was crazy smokers. I mean, cigarettes. You know, every public area, sidewalk, mall, you know, you would be walking next to people and they'd be puffing away, just smoking like crazy. I'm sure that's pretty prevalent in Europe as well, but that was in 2019, and everyone smoked. It's like, oh my gosh, and not vape, but smoke cigarettes. They were all,
Well,
you know,
you saw what England's doing, right?
no,
The UK, they're getting anybody that was born after 2009 now, can't ever buy cigarettes again.
Wow.
And so they're gonna, I guess it will slowly weed cigarettes out over a course of a 30, 40 year period. Because obviously people born in 2009, they still got a pretty long life ahead of them. So it's going to take probably 40, 50 years for them to weed tobacco out completely. But I guess that's their plan.
Yeah. So 1929, they'll be 20. So they're 17 now-ish. Those kids. 17. That's when my mom died 17 years ago. Gosh, it seems like yesterday.
Yeah, there's a certain year that if you're born after that, you can't ever buy cigarettes no matter what your age is. But anybody
Yeah.
before that is kind of grandfathered in and is allowed to.
It's gonna make him more healthy, I guess, right?
I mean, I think it should be a personal preference. Like if somebody wants to smoke tobacco, that should be their choice. But that's just me. Because
Yeah.
I don't understand what they get so like the tobacco industry, and I'm not defending it because I don't think it's like good for you or anything. But the tobacco industry gets such a bad fucking rap from all these governments around the world and everything. But then like alcohol that causes just as many problems, if not more problems, nothing. And they can just do whatever the fuck they want. They can put ads on the TV. You know, they can still advertise and all that shit that the tobacco industry is not allowed to do. I don't understand it because you think, yeah, cigarettes do kill a lot of people from like lung cancer, different things like that. But alcohol has multiple problems. You get people that kill themselves drinking too much. You get a lot of domestic violence issues from drinking. You get a lot of drunk driving issues, DUIs, and then innocent people getting killed from DUIs. I mean, it causes multiple different problems. And it's
Yeah.
just like the alcohol industry just is allowed to just kind of do whatever the fuck they want. I don't understand it. Why it's good for one but not another.
Yeah. You were talking about college kids and Ubering yesterday. And that's what I was my daughter's Uber to the clubs, and then they would take an Uber home. So they only had to pay half fare basically, right? Because they would only pay for their trip home. And so they would go out partying, this summer. And Dad, can you drive us to Tacoma and drop us off at the Country and Western bar? My daughter really got into Country and Western this summer, which shocks me.
I think Uber has probably potentially saved a lot of young kids from getting killed and going to
Yeah.
clubs and different things over the years. They,
And,
I mean, it's hard to say because obviously those never happen, but I guarantee that there probably would have been a lot more deaths over the years without Uber because it's more convenient for these kids to call an Uber.
yeah.
They
And
don't have to worry about driving home. They don't have to. None of that shit's a worry to them.
and my daughter and her friends are adamant not to drive and after they've been drinking.
And that's a good mindset to have. I mean,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, DD is not always the best thing because, I mean, there's been times where, there's a lot of times where you might take somebody that's supposed to be a DD and then they might start drinking too. And then nobody's, they don't have anybody
Yeah.
that's sober to drive.
Exactly.
Because being a DD is boring. I mean, you go to a club with a bunch of friends and you have to sit there while they get drunk and have fun, and you're just sitting there like, okay. It's a thankless, boring job. I'll tell you that. Being a DD,
Yeah.
it sucks.
Well, I like to party like, just like the next guy when I was younger. And then I just said, you know what, I'm going to stop drinking. And I'm not super bored not drinking when my buddies come over and watch a football game and they're drinking. I usually drive them home. They live a couple miles from me. But I thought originally I would be bored, and I don't know if I ever was. It was like, yeah, I'm okay. But yeah, I'm sure as a younger person, that would have probably bothered me, I think.
But yeah, because like it's like you go if you go to the golf club with all your buddies and they're all drinking, having a good time, and if you're somebody that's not into drinking, then you'll probably be fine. But if
Yeah.
you're somebody that wants to have a drink with your buddies and you can't because you got designated as a driver, yeah, you might get a little bored and not be having as much fun as they are.
Yeah. Yeah. And that would have bothered me, I'm sure, in my 20s if I didn't drink and all my buddies were drinking. That would have been a different thing because that's what you did in the 20s. But
Yeah,
I'm
JD said we
I'm okay
Ubered
with
to
it
a
now.
concert the other night. Ended up being $60 each way, but was worth it. I only had one beer, but hate driving. There you go.
Yeah, good job. And how was Guns N' Roses, JD? Was it worth it?
So
They're older
between
now. They're in their 70s.
see 120 plus another 60, so yeah, for the whole night they only paid $180 to go to the concert. I guess, well, not including like the beer and probably any merchandise they bought, but just for the tickets and the Uber, that's not bad. Oh, Lance hit the wrong button. Yeah, $180 ain't bad. And most people spend that just on a concert ticket for most concerts. Yeah, that's cheap, dude. I didn't think your tickets were that cheap. Jesus. I figured you were paying like a couple $100 a ticket. What's up, Brad? Yeah, that's not bad for a night out, JD. That's really good. Really set it. I was about to say, well, really set it off as a $25 beer. Yeah, that's not bad. $5 for a beer at a concert. That's actually really cheap. So most places like out or outdoor events and stuff like that, shit, you'll be paying at least $12, $15 minimum usually. Shit, ain't nothing wrong with that. Like I said, even if you guys spent like $400, dude, for you and your brother to go out and have a fun night, that's not bad at all. Shit. I was thinking that's what because I was going to ask you the other night how much you paid for the tickets, and I forgot. And I was thinking you probably paid $400 just for the tickets for you two. So that's not a bad night out though. It's not bad at all. Did you hit the wrong button, Lance?
No, I got home and lost you guys, so I thought I'd rejoin. I'm starting my walk. So
Well, you seem to be reconnecting better than you were the other day since you downloaded the app.
yes, I agree. I'm gonna turn my. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yep.
We can hear you.
Okay, I'm gonna put you in my pocket. So if you want to turn my camera off, you guys can. Or see the inside of my pocket. Can you guys still hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. I've got my hearing aids, and usually I don't walk with my hearing aids, but now that I can connect it to my phone, I don't have to hold my phone, and I can.
Oh, nice.
But I
J
go ahead.
I was gonna say JD got a hell of a deal. So he paid 30 bucks a piece for those tickets just for lawn seats, so like nosebleed seats, out on the lawn. But there was a bunch of seats I guess quite a few seats that didn't get sold, so they got to go sit in actual seats during the concert.
That's what I'm going to do with the Mariners game on Wednesday. The Mariners play a day game. So me and my retire are all going to go.
I'm surprised that concert didn't sell out, to be honest. I would have figured that would have been a sold out show.
Is for those that are retired.
This is breaking up a little bit.
Boone doesn't understand that it's raining out. He shouldn't go out, you know?
It's like every time we go to the movie theater, JD, in Orlando, you actually buy a specific seat number, but the theaters are never full. So you can always pretty much pick what seat you want to sit in. Even though you technically get assigned a seat when you buy them. I love that theater in Orlando, man. It's so nice. They got those big ass reclining seats. And you can't see anybody behind you, and you can't see anybody in front of you because there's the way they got it elevated.
Yeah, those are nice, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
And
Yeah, you
but
remember-
they're more expensive.
No, I mean
cost you a
not
little more.
room. They are, but it's worth it
It's
because
worth
you
it,
remember
yeah.
back in the day when you used to go to the movie theater and everybody was at the same level and they were the hard wooden seats with the little armrests.
Yep.
Oh God,
And
dude, those
people
were
would
horrible.
get up to get popcorn or something, and you'd have to stand up and let them buy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I agree. It's worth it. That's a luxury I pay for. But I don't go to movies very often.
I mean they're
Maybe
not
once-
bad. We go to the one in Orlando and it's like I think like $15 or $16 a ticket, and their
Yeah.
prices really aren't that bad on their food and stuff. It's not extremely overpriced.
Or you can buy Netflix for $15 a month and watch 100 movies.
Most of them are in Tampa or Orlando, JD. Most of the concerts. I don't know of any concerts that's been thrown in my area, and if they did, it might be like we do have like one place that probably could hold a concert, but it wouldn't be very big. But most of the big concerts, you have to go to Tampa or Orlando. That's where we go. We go to the Universal. It's like a boardwalk, and it's if you go after a certain time, you can get in for free. Like the parking's free. To get into the actual like place that you can walk around and everything, it's free, but you have to pay for parking, which is a little pricey. It's like $35 a park or something. But if you go after I think 6 p.m., it's free. So and that place stays open till like midnight or 2 in the morning or something. It stays open pretty late. And the security's really good in there too. That's one of the reasons we like to go there because they have like hundreds of security guards at the entrance and cops and everything else. And everybody has to go through metal detectors and everything before you're allowed in. So you feel really safe when you go in there. Yeah, City Walk. Yeah. I was trying to remember the name of the City Walk. Kept thinking of Disney Springs. Disney has a similar thing to City Walk. It's called Disney Springs, and it's kind of the same thing. You can go in there for free. It doesn't cost anything.
Talking about concerts, I went to Fleetwood Mac back in high school. And for some reason this morning, I was on YouTube before Paul came on, and I looked up Stevie Nicks. Interesting story on how her and Lindsay Dillingham joined the band. And then the band took off and made it big. It's Christy McVeigh and, of course, Mick Fleetwood. But if you want to watch an entertaining documentary, look up Stevie Nicks.
served myself when I was 23 or 24, though. I was broke and anxious as hell traveling alone, so pretty much went back to that. Yeah. I love City Walk. That's where me and Sarah always go. A lot of restaurants, shopping. You got the really nice movie theater that we go to. Yeah, it's a really nice place to go to. And it
Which
probably
loser is
looks
joining the crowd? Who just
Mark.
came in?
Me.
Mark.
I think you're quite lucky there, Lance. I would have loved to have seen Stevie Nicks live.
Yeah, yeah. And she's like 76, 77 now. But
Mm.
she was my sweetheart. Boy, I thought she was the cutest.
My mate called his old English sheepdog after her.
Oh yeah? All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
great band. And she kind of made it
JD's
big with them.
JD said he saw the documentary and saw Stevie Nicks a few years ago.
All right, yeah. The documentary was cool on how Mick Fleetwood came into a LA recording studio and wanted to see the system to see if he could record in there. And the guy that was running the studio said, "Hey, I'll listen. I'll let you listen to this recording that was just done, and it was Dillingham and Nicks, and their band was called, I think, Nicks Dillingham, or the album was anyway. Anyway, Mick listened to the track, and he said, "Okay, this studio will work. And can you tell me the name of the guitar player?" Which was Dillingham and Willingham. And so he said, "Sure." So he gave him the number. Lindsay answered the phone, and Mick said, "Hey, I want to hire you to play in my band." And Lindsay said, "Well, the only way I'll come is if you hire two of us." And I don't know if it was his girlfriend at the time, but you have to hire Stevie too. So
Yeah,
it came into,
she was a hottie back in the day too.
yeah, she was. But
She had a
so that's
really
how
good
they,
voice.
yeah, I love the raspiness. But yeah,
Mhm.
that's how they got hired, or that's how they joined Mick, the Fleetwood Mac. But yeah, she was a babe. And Christy McVeigh was a cutie pie too. She was, that whole band was rocking it.
Talking about voices, I don't think I've ever heard a sexier voice than Fenella Fielding.
Tell me more.
Fenella Fielding was in Carry On Screaming. She played
Okay.
she played like a Morticia Adams type thing. It was a comedy, one of the
Okay.
Carry On films.
Where's Mudball when you need him?
And she played opposite Kenneth Williams.
Okay.
if I had to pick a newer artist, it's a hottie is Amy Lee. If you're talking like rock and roll, Evanescence. Oh yeah, she's a hottie. Just had a crush on her.
She sounded like she was talking through treacle. It was that
Huh.
smooth and deep.
Amy Lee's got a really good singing voice too. I like her music.
Who?
Amy Lee from Evanescence.
Yeah.
You've probably heard her music at some point. But she's a hottie. Yeah. Yes, I've always had a crush on her. She's got some pretty well known big hit songs. I'm sure you've heard them on the radio or something at some point.
Hmm. Well, it's weird here today. It's sunny, but it's cold.
Kind of cold here too, Mark.
Kind of weird here. It's sunny and hot.
Go
How
figure.
strange.
Right.
Be glad when this cold of mine disappears.
What disappears?
My cold.
Oh, wow. I heard something completely different. I swear you said when this older mind disappears. I was like, what? What do you mean by that? So I don't know why I heard that, but
I went to Stevie Nicks with my senior prom date. She wasn't my girlfriend, but her name was Kevin McQuay. Kevin. She's what, 66? And a 66-year-old hottie. I mean, she lifts weights, she's fit. Amazing. She's kept herself in shape.
you can
Okay.
tell Lance is out on his walk. He ain't saying that at the house.
Yeah,
Oh, his wife's not home yet, is she?
yeah. And she's a photographer. Her and I teamed up a couple times on a couple weddings.
Hey, Lance, when did your wife get home?
She's home.
Yeah, when? Yesterday?
Oh, yesterday. Yes,
Yeah.
I picked her up about it's earlier than I thought. 1:00 ish.
Picked her up at the airport, right?
Correct.
Yeah, he might have been in trouble if he'd have turned up at the port.
She was very happy that I vacuumed. The house wasn't a mess. I cleaned my office. I made all kinds of brownie points yesterday. So my senior prom date, I wasn't gonna go with her, and she was just a friend. But my girlfriend and I have been on and off all year long. And my parents did not like my girlfriend. And she was a little bit of trouble. I mean, like to party and heaven forbid
But
smoke cigarettes. But so they were real happy when I didn't go with my girlfriend, who I was on and off with anyway. But I was off at that point. And I asked Kevin, which was a girl.
It does sound weird.
Yeah. It does. And she spells it Kevan.
All right, Kevin.
I was minefield today or something, Bob.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's this weekend.
You said doing the minefield thing, having a blast.
Who's that?
Bob Casey.
Oh yeah, Bob. Bob is a good FPV flyer. That fits him perfectly. That minefield. And it screwed everything up. Dennis went on early. Rodney went on late. So I missed both of them. But that's okay. And I don't think Rodney's doing a morning show today, is he?
I don't know.
Mark, you usually watch that, don't you?
Every now and again.
Okay. So a month ago, I was probably 95% sure I was going to South Florida. Today, probably 95% sure I'm not going,
Oh dear.
which is too bad. I was looking forward to it, but with the price of gas for the airplanes, it's a ridiculous amount, and it's spring break. They need to change it to a different time of year. Because in Florida, it's as beautiful as the Pacific Northwest, right, Justin? Year
For the
round.
most part, yeah.
Yeah, people have moaned at Ray for it being in spring break every year, but he won't change it.
Well, when I text him, I'm going to say, "Do you know who I am?"
Well, didn't they push it a week farther out of spring break this year, I think?
I don't know.
Yeah, they
9,
pushed it
10,
a week later,
9,
I
10,
believe.
11. Yeah. 9, 10, 11, I think they did. But they did last year. I think it started maybe year 3 or 4. They pushed it back a week.
Yeah, because everybody kept complaining every year that it was
Yeah.
like that's not the best time to host an event, especially because hotels are very
Easter,
slim
yeah.
and you get a lot of extra traffic from all the out of towners coming in.
Plus, all the prices go up just because it's spring break.
Right. And then as
Exactly.
an older crowd coming in for a drunk meetup, because most of them are a little older, you won't be dealing
Yeah.
with a bunch of drunk 20-year-olds on the fucking beach, you know?
No. Yeah, those topless 20-year-olds, that would get in our way for sure.
Yeah. How dare they?
Um,
You guys don't want to see that.
no.
Later, Jim.
See you, Jimbo.
Jim, have a good one.
Whiskey Niner.
See, Jim.
So, Mark, the golf tournament, this is the last week they use the rankings. Next week, it's a first come, first serve. You win the tournament, you're the dude.
Yeah.
That's kind of stupid. How is Scotty doing this week? He's not on the leaderboard.
No, he had a bad day, didn't he, yesterday?
I don't know. I don't know what his score is. I just watched some of it, and he was not on the leaderboard.
My phone's on charge in the house at the moment, so I can't see. Can't look it up.
But he'll finish in the top 30 easy, even if he finishes 50th.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, nobody can catch him. Did you see any of the Aberdeen?
I did not. I saw your, I don't know where I heard you say that. And I was busy doing something. I think I was vacuuming or getting ready for my wife to come home, making sure everything was tidy. So I didn't.
It's an amazing course. The fairways have got sand dunes either side, and some of these sand dunes are like 50 foot tall.
Wow. So, Mark, if you're on a computer, look up Trophy Lake, Washington State. That's a beautiful course. Sounds a lot like what you're describing.
Hmm.
And then you've got this really long, probably 200-yard sand trap right in the middle of the fairway. So you have to
Uh-huh.
play one side or the other.
Yeah. This is actually
Trophy Lake.
called Trump International. It's attached to one of Donald Trump's hotels.
What city?
Aberdeen.
Is that in
Scotland.
England?
It's in Scotland.
Okay. Scotland, Ireland, England, all the same, right?
Yeah. It's about 350 miles north of me.
Okay. Kind of like Canada being our 51st state. Hot dog.
Yeah.
Did you you guys see Saudi Arabia's new building that they're planning?
No.
No.
I can't remember what the name of the tower is, but it's supposed to be 2,000 meters tall or
God.
1.24 miles.
Wow.
And it's
That's-
supposed to
that's
blow the
crazy.
Burj Khalifa out the water, dude.
That is crazy. How long would it take to get to the top, right?
Hmm.
Well,
Oh, you'd have to have-
my question would be, how far down do you got to go to anchor the son of a bitch?
Yeah.
Dude, that's going to be they're going to have the best engineers and architects in the world working on that building. Because you're talking about a whole, like, just to get water up to the top floors is going to be a
Yeah.
huge challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're fighting gravity.
Yeah, it's going to have a few pumping stations on the way up.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like there's going to be so many different challenges from that, plus just the weather difference from the bottom to the top. I mean, you're going to be in a whole different weather pattern being at the very top.
Yeah.
And then the
You don't have
elevators
to worry about that in Saudi Arabia. It's hotter than Florida.
and elevators would have to be broke up by sections. Like if one elevator would only do the top 20 floors, the next elevator is going to do the 10, 20 below that. There probably won't be one central elevator that goes to every single floor. It's going to be broke up in sections. You'll just get on whatever elevator bank that takes you to those particular set of floors you need to go to.
I can just imagine if they put an outside elevator on it down the side of the building. Jeez.
Well, one of the things, like I was watching a video on it, they were talking about one of the problems with the elevator system is it would have to be completely designed from scratch. Because apparently a conventional elevator system is impossible because of the weight of the cables is too much being that tall. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So if you have a bank of elevators that just do the top 20 floors, but it has to obviously go all the way to the ground level to pick you up. Yeah, they said just the weight of the cables alone, it would be impossible. Like, so they have to come up with a whole elevator design that's like out the box, like out of the box thinking. That hasn't been done yet. Because that's the way they were going to design the elevators. Like, you'll have a bank of elevators that's just for the top 20 or like the top 20 floors, and you'll have a bank that are for the 20 floors below that, and a bank for that. That way, you don't have to sit on an elevator for 45 minutes trying to get to the top floor.
Yeah.
And they'd have to be high speed elevators too, because Jesus, imagine going over a mile in an elevator. Like regular elevator speeds, like that would take you fucking forever. You'd be in for an hour and a half trying to get to the top. They gave up on that city wall. Remember that wall they were planning on building? It was like this big long wall that was supposed to be like 100 miles or something. And it was going to be a big glass like building, but it was going to look like a wall, and it was all going to be like a self-contained city. But then Saudi Arabia realized it was going to cost like multiple trillions of dollars, and yeah, they weren't trying to dump that much money into it, so they ended up giving up on it.
Did they build any of it?
And so apparently, they're going to build like a mile stretch of it, and that's it. It's going to be like a mile or two long. Like their ambition was like over 100 miles. Like it was going to stretch almost the entire country. Like it was pretty long. Like it was a big, ambitious ass project. Like, could it be done? Yeah, but it's like how much of your country's money are you going to waste on one project? That's crazy.
They were competing with the Great Wall of China, right?
Essentially, what it would have been, but it would have been this big glass wall, like glass-looking wall building that just ran continuously for however many miles, and it was supposed to be a completely self-contained city with inside the wall,
Oh, wow.
where it would have its own rail system and everything else like that, all the stores.
So
Housing.
it wasn't just a wall, it was a designation.
Right, they wanted to build a city within this wall. I mean, it was a pretty cool project, but it's like, God knows, like that's a massive ass project. Because Saudi Arabia, so the royal family there, their ambition at the moment is they want to move away from dependence on just oil profits to tourism. And this is why they're trying to build all this stuff, because they want to be more of a touristy country than relying strictly on oil revenue to make their money. Because in reality, I think they only have like 100 or 200 years worth of oil left. It's estimated before they run out. So eventually they're going to run out of oil at some point. And then they're not going to have any income coming in. I mean, granted, it's still a while down the road, but they're trying to plan for that now, which is kind of smart. I mean, to be honest, it's better to plan now than wait till the last minute trying to figure out something. That's why they've gotten a lot more lax on their women's rights over there too, because they're trying to attract more Westerners over there. They started letting women drive and different things like that.
I wanted
And
to
it's
talk
a
to
drug.
Joe and Johnny this morning, but they're both losers. They're not on.
Well, Johnny's at Minefield.
Loser. Yeah. Their pitcher, Cade Anderson, who the Mariners have, they finally called him up and he's pitching today in Seattle. I was hoping he was going to pitch on Wednesday, the game I was going to go to. But he won't be ready by then if he pitches today. His opening debut. Justin, he's like 10-1 with an ERA of like 1.75. He's dominating in the minors.
I'll take your word on it.
Yeah. And he's from LSU. He's from LSU. Johnny and Joe know who he is. He pitched them to I think a World Series, College World Series championship about 2 years ago.
This is what it was supposed to look like, Paul. Here, watch.
Anything humanity
You
has
see
ever
this right here?
created. A single straight line stretching
No, I don't.
170 kilometers long. It sounds like
That's
science.
because you're in my pocket.
This is the line, part of the futuristic megacity Neom in Saudi Arabia. The plan.
That was what it was supposed to look like. Essentially.
If I did a YouTube search for that, what would I? Glass wall in Saudi Arabia?
Just put Saudi Arabia wall city, and it'll come up. There's a bunch of videos on it. So
I wonder if that airline's gal will stand at the top of the one they're building now, 1.5 miles tall. That's only, let's see, 5,000, 6, 7, 8,000 feet tall.
DOT is recruiting gamers as air traffic controllers.
Oh, geez. You have to retire at 50.
I think it's more of the hand-eye coordination thing. That's why, like, the military likes to use gamers for a lot of different things now, because it's the ability to be able to look at a screen and not have to look down at what you're doing with your hands. Which gamers tend to have really good ability doing that. You know, they can have a controller with 86 buttons on it, and they're so used to it they don't have to look down to know what button they're hitting. You know.
I'm a gamer, but I get killed in the first 15 seconds.
Dude,
Do
that's
I
a job.
qualify?
That's like a job that's going to be taken over by AI in probably about 15, 20 years. If it continues to progress as it is. I guarantee that's going to end up being a job that'll be taken over. You might have one or two guys in the tower just to monitor it, take over if necessary, but shit, eventually it might get to the point where the tower just tells the plane, hey, go down to 15,000 feet, and the plane just listens to it and does it on its own. You know, you don't have to have actually anybody to tell or anybody in the plane to actually make that command. It'll just move the planes by itself. I could totally see that in 15, 20 years. Oh, did you see the video of the FAA team pilot that crashed? And the cop came up to him, and the body cam footage from the cop. The cop pulled up, and the pilot comes walking out of the woods.
No.
That was pretty wild, dude. His face was all bloody and shit. And he goes,
Oh, I think I did see that. Yeah.
yeah, he fucking nailed a tree pretty good coming down through the trees. Busted his face up. But he looked fine. I mean, physically, he was walking around fine and everything.
You're all wet. Come here.
All these people pulled over on the side of the road, and the cop just happened to be there. And there comes the pilot walking out of the woods. And he was calm as hell too. That pilot, just steady as could be. Like what? It was like nothing happened. Just calm as hell.
Wow.
He's like, he just asked for a phone. He called his commander, told him what happened, and said, "I need you to come pick me up."
Ah, are you playing Fortnite anymore, Justin?
I haven't played that in so long. My daughter gets on my account every so often and plays on my account, but it's not me playing; it's her playing.
What's your game of choice right now?
Do what?
What is your game of choice right now?
I have been playing Halo a lot, but I haven't really been like live streaming. I live streamed a couple live streams, but I've been playing that offline quite a bit.
Yeah.
Boone just came in and like a drowned rat.
Put him back outside.
Yeah.
Say dry off. When you're dry, come on back in.
Well, he comes in and expects me to get a towel and dry him off.
It sounds like a kid. Help me, Daddy.
Yep.
How old is Boone now, Paul? 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13
About 4.5.
And you've had him for about a year and a half.
About 2 years.
Okay.
I thought he was 4.5 when you got him.
No,
I
it
think it
hasn't
was-
been. It hasn't been 2 years yet. It's barely been over a year.
Well, he was 2.5 or 3 when I got him.
And what
you
month
only got him
did you
about
get
a
him?
year ago.
What's that, Lance?
And I was going to say, what month did you get him? We could figure it out.
A minute, I'll tell you.
Was it summer?
Let me pull his schedule.
Yeah.
I want to say it was like mid to late 2025 when you got him.
So like October, November.
If I remember correctly, it hasn't been that. It hasn't been 2 years. I don't think it's been
Yeah.
that long.
Time flies when you're having fun.
I got him in at 3 o'clock on the March the 1st of 2025.
Okay.
So a year and 5 months.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know it ain't been 2 years yet. I knew it was in 2025 sometime. But I was thinking mid to late 2025.
And what was the dog's name before that you took back?
Mia.
Mia. No,
Mia,
was it Mia
no.
No, Mia was the
No.
one that died.
that died? Mia died.
It
That was my dog
Bubby
too.
Cat.
But you had another dog that you got. He was crazy. You took him back.
That
Oh
was
yeah, the
Jack,
one from Canada. I don't remember his name.
wasn't it, Jack?
Oh, I had a Jack.
I can't remember now. It's been so long.
Yeah. It's been a year and a half.
What's up, Jody?
Hey, Jody, how's that drone coming? You get the parts for it? Isn't Jody the one building it?
Yeah.
Hey, we'll see if I lose you guys. I'm walking in front of my house. So I'm done with lap one.
You need to take your phone and put the Wi-Fi. There's actually a Wi-Fi detection mode you can turn on,
Yeah.
and you need to go and like walk away from the house until you lose it, and put a piece of tape on the ground. And you know where not to walk past.
Ah, there you go.
A lot of people
Just
don't know
turn-
that, but on the Android phones, there's actually a Wi-Fi detector you can use built into the phone, and then you can actually point it, and it will show you where the signal's coming from and how strong it is until the point you lose it.
It's
Could
crazy
always
how
turn
many.
the Wi-Fi off before you leave the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, screw everybody else in the house. Turn it off before you leave.
No, I mean turn the Wi-Fi off on the phone, not on the Wi-Fi.
Oh well, you. I mean, I guess you could. Yeah.
You guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe this
And
new
then
phone
the
is not going to.
location's not as accurate because it's got no Wi-Fi. But
There's so many tips on or tricks on this new phone. It's amazing.
So I said,
I
what's
watched the
good about it
videos.
is there's millions of videos on it.
Yeah. Watch a video. I think, is that going to benefit me? Is that tip? Sounds good when they're explaining it, and then you never use it again. Find my car. I have that on my watch. It's kind of nice, I think. Haven't found my car yet. And I've got Google Maps on my phone. That's kind of cool.
Date of birth for him is 8/20 of 2020.
Okay, so he's 6.
He's 6.
Well, that's just probably, unless they actually know that for a fact, it's just an estimate.
See, I said he was about 4.5 when you got him.
If they have an actual, like, for sure date from the previous owners of them, it'd be pretty accurate. But if not, then they just guessed at that point.
Well, if
Did you
it was,
say 8/20?
if it was
8/20?
chipped,
Sorry, Mark, go ahead.
I'm just going to say, if he was chipped when he was born, then they'll have a reasonably accurate reading off the chip.
Was he
Because they
chipped
usually-
when you got him, Paul?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They
Yeah, but that,
usually get them chipped within about 8 weeks of him being born.
that chip, the one that he has, could have been added after they got him into that facility too. Like, because
Well, they don't re-chip them if they've already got one.
no. But what I'm saying is, it's possible he didn't have one before that, though.
Yes,
Like-
possible.
Like at some of the pounds here in the U.S., they don't always put a chip in. They'll fix them and neuter them and all that, but they don't necessarily put a chip in. And then some people don't even know their dogs have chips, or they don't activate them. Like when I got Bo, they told me, they gave me the paperwork of the company that runs the chips, and it was your responsibility to go and put the information on the website. If you didn't do that, that chip is pretty much blank. You know, they don't add that information to it. You have to do it. So
Alright.
some people probably don't, I'm sure there's a handful of people out there that forget to do it and they never do it. And their dog gets lost. They probably never found the damn thing because of it. I don't know why they don't do it themselves, but I'm sure there's a reason why. But yeah, they gave me the paperwork on Bo and said, yeah, you need to go to this website, fill out the information, put this in, and then you're all good to go. They said if you don't do it, he's pretty much going to be a blank chip in him. And then when they go to scan it, it won't give them any information.
Hmm.
Like Tyson, he doesn't have a chip in him because when he went and got fixed at the vet and all that, they didn't. That's not something that they just put in him. You have to ask for it. He was scanned when we got him because we weren't sure if he belonged to somebody or not. He didn't have anything in him.
Hmm. Yeah, I've got a chip reader, but all it gives you is a number. You then have to get in touch with somebody to find out the information on it.
Yeah, it's like a registration number with all the info.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it looks like here. I've never actually seen somebody scan one in person and like show me anything. I don't know how it works. To be honest, I've never tried to scan Bo. I guess it's just RFID chip, right?
Yeah.
I could try to scan Bo with my phone and see what comes up. Download a RFID reader app. There's tons of them on the App Store that work.
Yeah, I don't know whether you can do that. That's a good point.
Well, I know that the apps work because I've used them for other things before. Because it just uses the chip reader in your phone. Walmart's starting to do. They're finally doing one tap now.
Yeah. You can buy sticky labels that are programmable RI chips.
Oh yeah, you can get them for really cheap on Amazon. You get like 1,000 of them for like $5 or something. They're really cheap.
Oh no, they're not that cheap. I think when I was looking at them, it's like 50 for 10 quid.
What do they do, Mark?
Well, they're basically a sticker that you can program like a web link into, or your Wi-Fi link or anything like that. And you can, there's a load of 3D prints on MakerWorld that you can use, that you can insert one of these labels into, program it, and then just have it there. So you can like do business cards, which are one touch business cards. So the card doesn't have the information on it. It just says some whatever, you know, what your name is or whatever. And then when they tap it with the phone, it brings it all up on the screen. But I saw one where you can put your Wi-Fi password and stuff into, so that if somebody comes to your house and you want them to, or even if it's at a hotel or a shop, they can have a little plaque on the wall and say, tap your phone here for Wi-Fi access.
Okay, I can't envision what you just described. So it's a sticky note, like a 2x2 sticky note that's stacked with 100 of them. Is that what it
just
is?
like, it's like a an inch diameter circle on a roll of
Okay.
sticky labels.
Okay, so now I envision that. So each
And
label is
you
coded
can-
already?
No, you can buy a programmer to code them.
Okay.
Or you can do it with your phone too. You can program them with your phone.
So what do? Take a picture of a blank sticky note?
No, you download our RFID app off the App Store, and it
Okay.
uses your reader on your phone. I've programmed it before with my phone. That's why I said I've done it before. Like,
Okay.
remember when Jackass was selling the little key rings with the RFID chips in them, and half of them were coming to people and they were just blank?
Okay.
I reprogrammed them myself because he didn't program them before he sent them to me.
Okay.
But actually, if you want to get RFID chips really cheap, go to AliExpress. You can get hundreds of them for like there's one company that's selling 100 of them for 99 cents.
That's cheap.
Now on Amazon,
so-
they're about what Mark said. They're about $7-8 for about 50 of them.
And so again, what would be a good use besides landfill for this thing? Give me an example.
Well, business cards.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can, like, on Amazon, you can buy 50 keychains that have them built in already, and you
Okay.
could program the keychains for your business and hand them out to people, and then they could scan them if they wanted to. I mean, that's
Like
pretty much
Joe-
what.
Yeah, Joe could do it quite easily, and he could program his website into the RFID chip, and then people just tap the phone against it and get taken to his website for the photographs.
Yeah. Like I said, if you buy them in bulk off AliExpress, you can get them really cheap. Like Joe could get like 1,000 of them and probably spend maybe $10.
Hmm.
I mean, you're talking about pennies a piece at that point.
I
So
mean,
you
you
program
could, you
every
could
little
even,
dot.
you could even do you could do stickers like TJ has and things like that, and
Hmm.
you can just tap the sticker and it'll take you to the YouTube channel.
Now, I don't know if you had like a whole
Raining.
roll of them, you might be able to program them all at once. If you had a nice, neat, tight roll of them all rolled up, you might be able to do them all at one time. I don't see why you
Okay.
couldn't. Just lay
Yeah,
your
I
phone
don't know
up
about
and do it.
Starting to rain, guys. I can't believe it.
That's a good question, but you can buy like an expensive ass like RFID programmer, or you can get like a cheaper one. But if you have a smartphone, any flagship smartphone that's got one built into it, you just do it with your cell phone. Because it's not just a reader in your phone, you can actually output and program a chip.
All right.
Like I said, I had to do it when that jackass, what's his name, was selling the drone keychains with the RFID chips. Motherfucker charged me $20 for two of them, which I wasn't mad about it. But then when I got both the keychains, neither one of them had anything on the chip. They were completely blank.
Uh-huh.
What was it supposed to have on the chip?
It was supposed to have my channel back when I had a
okay.
drone channel. It was supposed that way I could have the keychain on and somebody could just scan their phone to my keychain and it would take them right to my channel. So I ended up programming them myself using my cell phone. And that was fucking about 4 or 5 years ago I was able to do that. That was at least 4 or 5 years ago. But a lot of people got the keychains from them, and a lot of people's keychains didn't work when they got them.
What the fuck are you looking at? Sorry about that. Get these golfers
Oh,
staring at me.
Lance, you're over here road raging on somebody.
That's
Sidewalk raging. Looking at his neighbor. What the fuck are you looking at? Neighbor's just waving hi or good morning to him. Well, I'm fucking
and
retired. I don't gotta deal with
I double barrel back at him.
that. Yeah. I'm retired. I ain't gotta take that shit.
Yeah, Lance, have you not got the PGA Tour app on your phone yet?
I do not. I do not. Have to add that.
You can get the PGA Tour, the LPGA Tour, the Ladies European Tour, the DP World Tour. They've all got their own apps.
Is that free?
Yeah.
From his reaction, Mark, I don't think he realized that existed. You just opened up a whole new world to Lance.
Yeah.
I know. I never had room on my phone. I'll be filling up that 256 in no time.
Well, all those pictures that I sent you the other day of the list of of the DP of the FedEx points, that was all off the PGA Tour app.
Okay.
And they do a live scoreboard that you can keep an eye on all the time. We got here Wyndham Clark 12 under, Gary Woodland 11 under, JJ Spawn 10 under, Chris
JJ
Gottrup,
Spawn, San Diego State, baby.
yeah, Chris Gottrup 9 under. Sanjay in 9 under.
Softly, another San Diego State dude.
Patrick Cantley's 8 under.
He just doesn't know how to finish, Patrick.
Yeah.
You know, he hangs around
He
and
did
then
well
just
2 years ago in the the FedEx. His putting was awesome that day.
what did they call the Justin Thomas group of guys? Him and the guy that wears the orange, Fowler and Spieth. They had a name for that group.
Oh, I don't know.
Something boys.
Just
There's about 6 of them.
6 under.
And they've all just gone to hell.
Justin Thomas is 6 under. He's only 6 back.
But he's like 26th, so he's hanging right on the edge.
He's tied 12th at the moment.
12.
In
No,
the
but I mean
competition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
FedEx Cup is in the mid-20s somewhere. Which again, they need me to run this tournament. It needs to be the FedEx leaderboard, not the leaderboard of the tournament.
Holberg is 4 under.
I could give a rat's ass about the tournament. I want to know who's going to make it to the next round.
Yeah, Scheffler is tied for 25th at 3 under. And he tees off at 16:28 our time, so that's 8:28 your time.
What time my time?
8:30.
Yeah. And what is it now? It's about 7 o'clock.
I'm
Well,
jumping off. I'm gonna go find
it's
something to eat. I'll catch y'all later.
15:51 here.
Hey, Justin.
So actually, he tees off in about half an hour. Yeah, 3/4 of an hour, something like that.
Okay. So, Paul, are you having any connection issues with your RC2 and your
No.
drone?
Uh,
Does it turn black ever? Like when you first turn it on and try to connect to the drone? Or
no.
does it boot right up? Okay. The new firmware kind of has been doing that to me. And it doesn't seem like it's every time I turn on the drone. But and it might be because I've got like 4 drones hooked to this controller. That might be one of the reasons. I don't know. You just have one drone. So I sold my Mini 3 Pro, and I thought when I sold it to the guy, he seemed to know what he was doing. He was, I'm gonna guess, Middle Eastern, you know, but he had to call me like 3 times and say he couldn't do something with it, and he thought it was broken. It's like, no, when you reformatted the firmware, you had to type in your account. So then he gets back to me. Says, well, now it doesn't turn left or right. Well, you need to go to the safety tab and turn off beginners. You know, I mean,
Yeah. And turn off
pretty soon
disable sideways flight.
Yeah, exactly. And so pretty soon we were texting back and forth. And I said, okay, the next text I get, it's going to cost you. And I put smiley face. And then I said, no, seriously, call or text me anytime. I'll help you. So
Yeah,
he laughed
you should
back.
have told him just go and have a look at some of the YouTube channels. Go and check out
Yeah,
Marcus's channel.
Exactly. And he was flying off a boat, and he said he couldn't get it back because it wouldn't turn left or right, and there was hardly any battery life left, and it was going to return to home. And then, of course, the boat wasn't in the place it started. So he was freaking out. And it's like, well, make sure you have more battery life when you launch it over the water, dude. It's the first thing I said.
And then told him to reset the home point.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it's he seemed like he knew what he was doing because he launched the drone and took it around the parking lot where I met him. He seemed to be proficient, but as soon as I handed it over to him, I ripped off and I had it licensed with the FAA just because I flew at 107. But I told him, I said, you don't have to license this because it's under 250. He said, okay.
Yeah, they've changed that over here. Now, yeah, if your drone is over 150 15 grams and it has a camera, you need the flyer ID as well as the operator ID. Whereas before you only needed a flyer ID if it was over 250 grams.
Gotcha. Do you ever get stopped by anybody when you fly?
No. But then again, normally I'm stood in my back garden flying from there.
Sure, sure. Yeah, I'm gonna get everything taken care of so I can fly it in Portugal. And then I'll mostly fly it in the
Well, you want to do
backyard
it.
where I'm staying.
You want to do it quick because I'm not sure how long it takes. Because you do need your passport and a passport
Info.
number to give them
Yeah.
when you actually take the EASA test to get your flyer ID. You need the operator ID, and I think you've got to have the flyer ID now. And that's, well, I think it's the same in Europe as it is in the UK. It's just like a 40 question multiple choice test. And if you don't pass it, you can go back and take, or you can answer, you can take as long as you want to answer it. So if you don't know the answer, you can actually look it up and then answer it.
Sure. And if you fail a question, you can just answer that question. Is it 100%?
No, it only has to be, I think you need 37 out of 40 or something. But all you have to do is read the drone regulations and you'll be able to answer all the questions anyway. It's not as complicated as doing your part 107. It's basically, it's like the trust test. It's dead easy.
Yeah, the trust test is a joke.
It just proves that you've read the rules, basically.
Uh-huh.
You don't necessarily mean you understand them. It just means you've read them.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, it's 11 o'clock. I think I'm going to call it.
Okay, Paul.
Okay, Paul.
All right, everybody, take care. We'll see you all later, again later.